bass guitar intonation adjustments and bass guitar lessons for beginners. That's what you'll get here at I Want to Play Bass, my YouTube channel. So subscribe, hit that bell notification, get in a loop, and don't miss a beat. And I'm Donald Witt, the bass instructor of the How to Play Bass online course at iwanttoPlayBass.com. Jump over there, subscribe, also become a member for free, and get well on your way to reaching your bass playing goals. Lots of good stuff there, so definitely jump over there at iwanttoPlayBass.com. Now we're talking about bass guitar intonation adjustments. Now we've talked about setting up your bass and all that. So intonation is one of the biggest things, especially if you take a solo or some sort. When you get any higher registers here, you'll find that it might be slightly out of tune and it'll just aggravate the crap out of you. So you want to fine tune this bad boy, and that's what we're going to talk about is the intonation. All right. So the intonation, it's not that big a deal. Probably setting up your action and your adjusting your neck relief is probably more harder than that. But fine tuning sounds like something that's a little in detail or more intricate, but it really isn't that. It's just you got to get the idea of what intonation is. That's the first and foremost you need to do. So intonation is just the basic, like I say, you open G and the octave right here. You want that note to be identical as the open G. So when you're up here, these notes sound in tune as these notes down here sound in tune, okay? And if you're taking a solo, you want those higher notes to sound in tune with everything else. So we've got to fine tune this baby. And I've just changed strings. So whenever you change strings, you want to do that as well. You want to stretch your strings out so they're not gonna, you're gonna tune it and a day later it's gonna just stretch itself out and go out of tune again. So tune it, put your strings on, stretch them out, tug on them, get them stretched out, and then go with it, and then fine tune it. But the idea of fine tuning is it's all in the distances. Now the distance between your fret nut here and the saddle. Your saddle is right here. This little rod here, this is your saddle on your bridge. So right where that string stops there on that saddle, and right here at the fret nut, that's the distance. So that's the identical distance, and that's where your G is coming into play, okay? This is standard tuning, so this is a G. So that is what it is. This distance here to here that distance is a G pitch, okay? So you want this octave, this 12th fret is your octave. From the fret nut to the saddle is G, and then half the distance should be right here. So from here to here should be half the length of this entire string here. So what we've got to do is we've got to fine tune, we've got to make the adjustment to make this string that exactly half of this distance here, okay? And so from the fret here, no matter where you fret this bad boy, from where this string is hitting that fret, the metal fret there, to the saddle is the distance. So the idea is if it is the shorter the distance, the sharper your note's going to be. The shorter the distance, it's going to make the vibration quicker, okay? Get you a tuner. This bad boy right here, the Super Snark, is ideal for that. I love this thing, and I use it all the time at gigs and stuff like that. It's perfect. It's right there. You don't even have to be on. It's just working off the vibrations. Just turn it on, and you can have it turned down, and it's just working off the vibrations from the string here. Just make sure that all the other strings are muted and aren't vibrating at all when you do this, okay? Because you won't get a good reading if they're all vibrating. It'll go crazy on you. So we want to make sure we're in tune. G, okay? So tune it to G, okay, and then come half the note. And if you need to, if you're doing it by ear, that G right there, the harmonic, is gonna be identical to this G right here. So what you can, just tune it right there, and then just fret the note, fret at the 12th fret, and hit the harmonic, and you can hear. That sounds pretty good. That is close right there. That is it. So we know we're fine tuned. Okay, now suppose that was, you hit the harmonic, and you hit here and it was sharp. what you're going to want to do is, if it sounds sharp, you're going to want to lengthen the string, okay? So what you want to do, all you're going to need, and this bass, all I need is a Phillips screwdriver right there. And some of them are Allen wrench, but for the most part, most of my basses have been just a Phillips right there. So what you want to do is you take this, take your Phillips, and you go in the back here. You'll see a little Phillips screw to make sure it's the string you're working on, and it lines up, and that's the Phillips screw right there. Hit the octave, and if that sounds right, which I just did this, so it takes a little bit. You go back and forth a few times, and you just dial it in. It takes a couple times, so I didn't want to waste your time with me doing it. So I've already done it, and that's perfect right there. Okay, but if you find, like I said, if you find that it's sharp, if you play the harmonic and then you play the fretted 12th fret and you find that it's sharp, just back it off. Counterclockwise will loosen it up. Okay, if you find that it's flat and you need to make it tighter, just clockwise will turn that screw in. And make sure, one thing I've messed up before is I've turned the nut or turned the screw, and it'll back out of the saddle back here. So you got to push and make sure you're actually moving it. It's got to be tight against the back of the saddle, at the back of the bridge. So sometimes you can back it out, and then the screw will come out as well. So just while you got it on there, just push it back into place, and that'll move the saddle. Okay, move it up, and most likely that's what's going on, is you're moving it back, and the saddle's not. You're moving it up, and the saddle's not moving because you've got pressure, you've got tension right here on the string, so it might not move every time. So what you want to do is just make sure you're moving that. Push the nut wherever you need to push it, and make sure that's going on. So I've found that sometimes I'll be backing it out and that screw's coming out, but the saddle's still staying in place. So just make sure you push that thing where it needs to go, make sure it's moved. So that's all it is. That's basically fine-tuning your bass right there. Take the octave and then the fretted 12th fret, and the idea is that the distance from the fret nut to the saddle, and then from the distance here, the distance between the G note, the 12th fret, and here is half of that, identically half. It's kind of like tuning a banjo. You've got it when you set up your bridge saddle, because a banjo, their bridge, it can move around. So you take measurements, actually take a tape measure and measure how far that is, and that's how you tune it. So this is all the same thing. It's like your harmonics, the videos I've done on harmonics, it's distances. It's not that this is necessarily here, it's distances. So it's that's what's making this string. The tension here, between here and the saddle and the fret nut, that right there is that pitch. That vibration, the tightness of that string or the looseness of that string is making that pitch. So the distance there is what's creating that. And so it's about the tightness and everything as well. So the distance between fret nut and the saddle, and then the distance between this fret, the 12th fret, and the saddle has to be identically half of that to give you the same note. So when you're playing, so when you're taking that solo, you can rest assured that note, the B, is going to be the same as your B. Okay, you can rest assured that note, that solo is going to sound as perfect as it possibly can, as long as you're playing it right there. You can rest assured that that's going to be right. You can hit these notes and know that they're right. Okay, so that is fine-tuning your bass, the intonation, the bass guitar intonation adjustments you need, and that's today's beginner bass lesson. All right, so thank you again. If you got some value out of this, help me help you. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you all on the flip-flop in the next video. So bye for now.